Welcome back, adventurers. Today we roll the dice to see which avatar class we'll cover in our class overview. In Unlimited Online, we have 6 class archetypes, each boasting 11 advanced classes for a total of 66 unique ways to unleash absolute chaos on the battlefield.
Don't go into your late-night gaming sessions running on fumes. Fuel your focus with Dubby Energy, a jitter-free, crash-free energy drink made just for gamers. Packed with B vitamins, amino acids, and natural caffeine, Dubby helps keep your brain sharp and your reflexes on point. Their special blend has no sugar, no fillers, and no BS. And the flavors? Straight fire. Try Japanese soda sporting a crisp and light flavor, or Galaxy Grenade, a blast of watermelon, guava, and lime. Feeling epic? Check out their anime collabs like Solo Leveling's Shadow Monarch Surge and Igris Strike. Arise and game like a conqueror. Don't let mental lag ruin your next session. Head to dubby.gg and use our code UNLIMITEDONLINE to get 10% off your order. That's Unlimited Online. The link is in the comments. Stay sharp, stay charged, drink Dubby.
And we land on one of the most iconic paths of all fantasy, the fighter archetype. Now, we still have choices to make, so let's roll again to determine which class progression we'll follow. Alright, the Sword Saint. From street brawlers to legendary gladiators, the fighter class evolves with your playstyle, transforming raw strength into refined mastery. Now let's walk down the path of the fighter to the Sword Saint. Everyone knows fighters are frontline wrecking balls, but before we dive into the skills, here's a quick crash course on how combat works in Unlimited Online.
Avatars in Unlimited Online get 1 attack action, 1 movement action, and 1 quick slot action per turn. When attacking as a fighter, you can choose to use a skill or perform a basic weapon attack. Each skill will have its own set of rules and resources to use. Basic weapon attacks, on the other hand, are governed by the weapon size category. Small weapons are light and quick. They may attack the same target up to 3 times. Medium-sized weapons are heavier, but have more reach. They can attack twice per turn, selecting the same or different targets. Large weapons can only be swung once per turn, but they hit everything in a 180-degree arc from the avatar with a 5-foot reach.
Alrighty, let's start walking down some of these skills. The base fighter skills are Armor Specialization, Exceed Limits, Parry, Power Swing, Shield Slam, and Weapon Specialization. Fighters don't start with all these skills by default. You earn 1 skill point every other level, and each skill can be ranked up to 5 times. Today we're keeping it simple. We're going to explore the core function of each skill.
Armor Specialization. This skill reflects the finesse and training required to effectively wear armor. Gear up like a champ by reducing the penalties and requirements associated with wearing heavy armor. Exceed Limits pushes the fighter to transcend physical and mental boundaries. It provides a significant temporary boost to primary stats. Basically, go full Goku. Parry. With parry, fighters can use their weapon attacks to intercept incoming physical attacks. To parry, fighters make an accuracy roll against the incoming attack's accuracy. A successful parry negates damage, and at higher ranks, attempts to disarm the assailant. Fencing coaches everywhere just nodded. Power Swing. The simple tactic of hitting something as hard as you can is the epitome of Power Swing. This simple yet effective technique involves substituting 1 basic weapon attack to maximize power. Shield Slam. This is an attack allowing the fighter to add the shield's defensive value as bonus damage, in addition to damage die and strength bonus. At higher ranks, this skill can stun the target, taking away their ability to act. Weapon Specialization. Pick your favorite type of weapon and become its best friend. The more you rank it up, the harder and faster you hit.
At level 13, you pick your first advanced class. You can go either tank or warrior. To get to the Sword Saint, we're heading down that warrior path. Warriors lean into aggression, and they come from every walk of life. Their skills are Battle Hardened, Dual Wield, On Guard, Maintenance, Morning Regiment, and Weapon Quick.
Battle Hardened. creates a tough fighter with natural resistances, defenses, and healing. Battle Hardened also rewards the fighter with extra hit points per level, making it a great choice for low-level characters as the extra hit points are applied at every level up. Basically makes you the walking definition of try me. Dual Wield. This skill trains the wielder in the use of offhand weapons up to medium size. You gain additional attacks with your offhand weapon, on top of your normal main hand attacks. Yes, you can become a blender. Enguard. A gap-closing mobility strike that deals increased damage and gains higher accuracy when used as your opening move. It also grants bonus mobility. Great for chasing down pesky archers. Maintenance. By properly servicing your weapon before or after battle, you can bestow temporary buffs based on the type of maintenance performed. Treat it like a Rolls Royce and it'll perform like one. Morning Regiment. The warrior trains their body at the onset of each day, increasing a primary stat temporarily. This boost lasts for 24 hours. At high ranks, the fighter can perform multiple regiments at the beginning of the day. Get swole and stay swole. Weapon Quicken. You've trained to the point where your muscles move faster than your thoughts. Gain an extra melee attack with each hand depending on weapon size and skill rank.
That rounds off the skills for the warrior class. At level 25, the player gets their second class advancement. At this stage, the fighter can choose to go brawler or weapon lord. We're still chasing sword saint, so we're going to go weapon lord. The weapon lord specializes in unlocking the potential of weapons and more advanced combat techniques. Their weapons become an extension of their body, giving them supernatural abilities while wielding them. Weapon lord skills are advanced weapon mastery, blade dance, called shot, echo slash, embed, and feint strike.
Advanced weapon mastery. Weapon lords push their training, unlocking the hidden properties and tactical advantages of their armaments. This skill enhances combat efficiency by applying status effects based on the weapon's construction and fighting style. Multiple effects can stack on a singular weapon. Blade Dance. This magical ability creates phantom weapons that extend the range of the following attack or skill to affect multiple targets. Called Shot. The weapon lord is able to specifically target body parts or equipment, disrupting enemies in highly strategic ways. Want to ruin a mage's day? Throat Punch. Echo Slash. Your weapon strikes leave behind a shimmering afterimage that slashes again for half damage. At higher ranks, Echo Slash automatically hits if the primary hit lands. Basically, your shadow gets jealous and wants in. Embed. Magically enchant your weapon to embed itself in a target after a successful attack. This ability is activated as a bonus action on the weapon lord's turn and can be used with basic weapon attacks or compatible fighter skills like power attack. Gross? Yes. Effective? Also yes. Once embedded, the weapon cannot be retrieved for the duration of the effect unless magically dispelled. Each turn, the weapon deals the same damage it did on the initial hit. Higher ranks allow for multiple embedded weapons and the ability to re-roll damage dice. Feint Strike. Execute a deceptive weapon maneuver to bait your opponent into lowering fear guard. You must declare Feint Strike before making your first attack. This opening feint consumes one of your standard weapon attacks and deals no damage. If successful, your next attack against the same target this round gains increased accuracy and bonus damage.
Finally, we're at the Sword Saint. Players are able to transcend into this class at level 36. Please keep in mind you still have access to all the previous skills, making you a buffet of hurt. The Sword Saint is no mere warrior. They're able to bind souls to their weapons and gear, creating living artifacts. These souls and personalities are curated by the player with the approval of the Game Master, of course. Sword Saint skills are Echoes of the Past, Shape Soul, Sky Stride, Soul Bind, Soul Burn, and finally Soul Cage.
Echoes of the Past. Through deep focus, the Sword Saint can awaken the dormant memories within a soul-bound item, temporarily channeling the essence and abilities of the spirit it houses. When activated, the Sword Saint may access the Echo's stats and skills depending on the current rank. Shape Soul. The Sword Saint compels their weapon to shift its form, allowing it to temporarily behave as if it were larger or smaller. This change adjusts the weapon's reach, damage die, and attack patterns accordingly without requiring a physical swap. Sky Stride. Mystic energies infused into their weapons allow Sword Saints to achieve flight and enhanced mobility, either by standing atop it, riding it, or gripping it as it propels them. At higher ranks you can attack while doing it, because walking is for chumps. Soulbind. The Sword Saint can bind a soul into a weapon, armor, or accessory, awakening a new path of growth tied to the spirit within. The item levels at its own rate, gaining a skill point at each level. There is a pool of unique effects that can be assigned to the item with each skill point. This can be special abilities or raw stat upgrades. The Sword Saint is also able to commune with the soul housed in the vessel item. Higher ranks will allow the creation of multiple soulbound items. Soulburn. Unleash a devastating charge attack that damages both HP and MP. Soulburn becomes more potent the longer it is charged. At higher ranks, the effect lingers for follow-up attacks. Soul Stage. The Sword Saint points their blade and speaks the sacred challenge. A binding incantation echoes across the battlefield, unavoidable, undeniable. The chosen foe is marked, and in a flash of divine light, both are transported. They stand in a celestial arena 300 feet wide, suspended beyond time, ringed by ancient gods, fallen heroes, and the immortal souls of Gaia's past. Combatants appear 100 feet apart. No allies, no interruptions, no escape. Only one will stand. Amazing rewards and prestige are gated behind these duels. Use it for epic boss moments, or to shamelessly steal the spotlight.
That ends our overview of the fighter archetype to the max class of Sword Saint. Please stay tuned for more class overviews. Like and subscribe to keep your pulse to our vibe. Every click helps keep the Unlimited engine turning, and if you have any questions about the project or want to know more about a specific class, let us know in the comments. Thanks for keeping us motivated and moving toward the inevitable release of Unlimited Online, the next big TTRPG.